How close together do you want to put them?
A little bit. Yeah, throw him out there. Throw him out.
Huh? Makes 4. This makes 5. What, throw this one out now?
Yeah. We found one last year, put it right here, we put them in the curve, we found the float. That, we can look up to the Fort County curve. Well, you know, there used to be a railroad look through here.
The railroad?
Yep.
No, I didn't know that.
Yep.
How many pieces of chicken was there too?
Come on, go right down here and let you go right there.
How many pieces of old piece?
Right.
Well, that's what we want, eh?
Yes, you get it on there.
No, no.
Wait on it there, John, eh?
Here.
Get it up.
Stays low running. Technique working.
Get them geese.
I don't know. This microphone ain't hardly right. Yeah, it is.
Huh?
18.
18. Oh, okay. I don't know. John, hey. Oh.
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
First thing
He died down there at Donnie Meat.
yeah, he just had mirrors. He poured out the mirror and he ready for takeoff. I told you that. Down there, he's far up, wide open. Yeah, he's about 100 yards. Right off
that big scoop part, I'll scoop him up.
Here you go.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, somebody. What up there? You dip now. Can you dip, Larry?
Yeah.
What you thinking? Pretty good sized fish.
How big you think he is?
Don't look like he's 20 pounds.
10 pounds.
I figured that. Ready?
Yep.
All right, get your thing ready.
Pretty good fish. Here, Don. Let me get some film and I'll get it out.
I told you 20 pounds. Hold on, what do you weigh? Might weigh 10.
He's 15, 20 pound fish.
That thing weighs.
He's more than 10 pounds. He's
That
20
thing
at
weighs
least.
40 pounds. Yeah, you weigh 40 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah, you weigh 40 pounds.
here we get him. Yep, that's worth it right there, boys. Yeah, that's a third. Yeah, that's a good fish.
God.
Yeah. Plate from the. Yeah. Larry,
I will.
take 1 yard and send it back. It said from the plate to the plate.
Okay, so how long is it? 40? He'll
You
weigh
get it?
30.
Yeah.
He'll weigh 35 pounds or better.
He's a pretty good fish now.
Best we've caught in.
Yeah, that's big. It's close. That big one is, I mean, we caught all them.
Well, let's see if we can find another one.
Yeah, send that to Jeff. Said from the lake to the plate.
I don't remember exactly where it was. We've been up there to it. And
Down the creek.
last, it has no, I mean, yeah, it had no corn planer in it. That's been, I know where it belongs. I've been down there before.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long day. Maybe you've got a little rust in it now.
Yep. I said I'll catch a turtle with that this weekend.
Ain't no telling how long that's gonna take. And then you're you reckon somebody set them lately?
Welcome from Field to Plate Day with host Larry Lewis. I'm host Larry Lewis. Nice to meet y'all. I'm excited today. We're doing some fried catfish sandwiches and homemade potato wedges, maybe some onion rings. One of my favorite meals, pretty simple, just a fish sandwich and either fries, potato wedges, onion rings. This is all in correspondence to the video that y'all be watching when we was actually jug fishing at Cave Run Lake and catching some catfish. It was an exciting time. It was fun. Now I'm going to show you my favorite way to kindly fry up some catfish sandwiches. I like using whole fillets like this. This is out of like a 2 or 3 pound catfish, some smaller ones that we caught. And got 4 fillets. I usually take my favorite Cajun seasoning. You can use one of your choice, and I sprinkle them on it like that. And this actually helps the battered seasoning, but this actually gives it a little more flavor on them that you can enjoy. My oil should be, and it is, it's on 375. I like starting at 375 because when you batter the fish, throw it in there, it cool down 10, 20 degrees to 350 or whatever. So this was a good show that we're going to do, and one of my favorites because it brings back a lot of childhood memories. Always growing up, my dad and his friends, they would catfish a lot, jugging, graveling. Maybe later in summer we'll show some of that and film some of that where you actually catch them with your hand. Been many times on Cave Run Lake and caught plenty of fish. So haven't been for a while, and went with Tom Stanifer and Donald Cox. They're 2 catfish pros on Cave Run Lake. They have a business that y'all might want to look into. It's from lake to plate. They can provide you with as many catfish as you need for any kind of event. You'll just look their number up and book and get hold of them. And so my favorite way to batter or bread the fish, I'm not a big on batter. Dad, most of my family likes a fish batter. I'm more of a cornmeal dry type fan of frying fish. It's always been my favorite. So this is a heavenly seasoned cornmeal mix. You can make your own with cornmeal, Cajun seasoning, different spices, or you can buy some pre-made, pre-mixed out of a store, which is reasonably priced and saves you some time. So if you don't have a fish box like we've used on here before, you guys have seen them, you can take a Ziploc bag, pour about half your cornmeal in there, or a little more. Don't have to be perfect. Your fillets are a little moist. It helps actually helps the bread and stick to them a little bit. Where a batter, you would actually dip in the egg wash, milk, etc. sometimes, or have a liquid batter and just pour right into it. So like I said, we don't really want to have a real heavy batter on these. We're actually going to serve these on a hoagie style bun after all, with your choice of lettuce, tomato, onion, and homemade remoulade sauce. That is actually already on our recipes on the website. If you want to look that up, it's the same one I made a few episodes ago, cooking with another recipe. And you can also buy that at the store if you wish not to make it homemade. But it's really simple to make homemade. So you want to make sure these fillets are breaded, coated good. and they won't have a whole lot of batter on them. And always push it away from you so you don't pop grease on you. We're going to continue coating the other 4. Put them in here till they're completely fried through. And then we'll start making our sandwiches, and we got potato wedges to make, and we also gonna make some onion rings, hopefully, out of this same batter when we get ready. You can put, this is a smaller hot plate that we're using to fry in. You can use a deep fryer. You can cut it pieces of smaller pieces if you wish. It's no big deal. This one holds 3 or 4 fillets, about what we have here. We do have a bigger one you've seen us use sometimes. So as long as the oil's 350 and you keep it consistent, it doesn't matter. Just use it. That's what you like using. Sometimes I use an iron skillet, and I enjoy that method and doing it that way. I think we get our last one in the edge here. You want to watch about crowding it and over filling it, because number 1, you don't want your oil to come out. Number 2, you want it fried good. So 4 is kind of as much as you can safely get in here and let it fry. It should take about 10 minutes or so for these fillets to fry. They'd be fried all the way through. You can use gloves if you want to. I do it to keep from getting so messy. So I got that last piece in there. We'll let these fry 10 minutes till they're cooked all the way through. Now we're actually going to work on our homemade potatoes, fried potato wedges, some of them steak fries. I use all the potatoes, so I'll try to cut them in wedges. If I have some left over, I'll make little bigger fries out of them. Pretty simple. Cut them. I let them soak in water for a while, get some starch out of them. Then I'll deep fry them till they're kind of like golden brown. And I'll put some kind of salt, seasoning salt, Cajun spice, whatever I feel like eating that night on them, finish them off. And then the leftover fish braiding we had, I mixed some hot water with it, and we're going to have a semi-fried, kind of like we're going to have onion rings, but we're using the batter. So it's something you can do with the leftover fish fry instead of wasting it. Cut up rest your onion you didn't use for sandwiches, throw it in the fryer, and have something else to go with it. So we're going to start out frying some potatoes. They about pop a little bit. They have some water left on them. So, and this is rustic. They're going to look rustic. Some of them thicker, some of them thinner. The others, some of them going to be a little more brown when they come out. And well, that's part of being homemade. They ain't going to look like they come out of a bag. And sure, if you want to take your time, make everything precise, but who has time for that? I like it look rustic. So we'll put a good amount in there to get fried up. We don't want to overcrowd it. We'll fry us around the potatoes up, and then we'll put some onions in there and fry them. This is just something to use the batter up, leftover onion. I've made better onion rings before. I've made worse onion rings before. The batter's sticking pretty good on these like we did them. So, I mean, if you have your favorite onion ring batter mix, go ahead and use it by all means. These are going to be a semi-coated, good, decently coated onion ring. They'll look good and they'll taste good. We already put a few in there, and like again I said, it's just leftover onions and leftover fish mix. Add a little water, made a little batter, just to not waste. I don't like wasting stuff. So even if it don't turn out 100% perfect and beautiful like you do a gourmet picture shop, still don't mean that it's not edible and really good to eat. Especially you're sitting around the campfire and creek bank, you know. So we'll fry up rest of our onion, get it fried up, and we'll get all this yumminess plated up in a few minutes. Now we're ready to assemble our sandwich. I got a simple hoagie bun. You can either use this, French bread, whatever type bread you like, cut it. sometimes they're good to crisp up in the oven. This is just a cool bread because we got hot fish and stuff. Our remoulade sauce, again, this is already online. We made this a few episodes back. We made some of this, so I put a good portion of that on. If you don't like this, ketchup, tartar sauce, whatever you prefer. The fish is super good. We'll put a piece of fish on there. It's nice and crispy and tender. Depending on what you like, we have some tomato. So I like tomato on mine. Put a couple of slices of tomato, a few pieces of onion. You can put as much of any of this that you like. And some of this nice pretty lettuce. It's nice and green. And maybe a little more for color and crunch. And of course, top. Now for potato wedges we made, I usually serve that with 3 or 4 potato wedges. And like I said, this is just some fried onions we use the batter on. There's a little semi-battered, crispy. It'll be good. That way you don't waste nothing. And if you want to serve some of this sauce on the side, it's good also to dip potatoes and stuff in. I always put me a little bit on the edge. That way if I want to dip my potato wedges in it, I can. So this is kind of just a classic catfish sandwich. Homemade potato wedges and some onion rings. Nothing fancy, just good. And it's like our video show, Tom and them's, if y'all need anything or catfish, Tom, Stanifer, and Donald Cox, you remember from Water to Plate, they would be able to take care of your catfish needs. And you can fix fish sandwiches just like this, straight out of Cave Run Lake. Good fish. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to watch this episode on, or you'll be viewing, of course, on Channel 2 on MTTV. But also look on the website for existing episodes that's on and recipes. And we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in.